The Penguin Who Flew Beyond. In the frozen tundra of the southern frost, where the chubby tuxedo birds make their home, there lived a most peculiar penguin named Plop. Unlike his waddling brethren, who concerned themselves with fish and ice and proper penguin matters, Plop spent his days studying the great albatrosses that soared overhead, his soul longing for an exciting life of flight. These passions often drew his attention away from normal penguin duties, like catching fish and like moving pebbles around, or, I don't know, whatever penguins do. I'm saying he was just awful at fishing and all he thought about was flying. "Why must we be bound to earth?" he would ask his father, who would only shake his head and push another fish toward him. "Just eat your herring, you knucklehead," his father would say, gesturing dramatically with his flipper. "All this flying talk's got your head screwed up. Penguins ain't meant for flying, kid. We swim, that's what we do. Besides, you just tried to catch your reflection thinking it was a mackerel. Again." But Plop was clever, cleverer than any penguin before him, besides when it came to finding fish. He watched how the Arctic winds lifted snow from the peaks, how feathers floated on air, and how even the heaviest ice could drift upon the sea. Day after day he climbed to the highest glacier, spreading his stubby wings to feel the wind's caress. The other penguins laughed. "Ha ha ha ha! Get a load of poor Plop," they would chortle. "Bro thinks he's going to take flight. Dude doesn't even know the difference between a salmon and a flounder. Ha! What a loser!" But Plop paid them no mind, for he had discovered a wonderful secret. One moonless night, when the aurora danced green and purple above, he made his way to the world's edge, where ice met nothing and the winds flew straight up into the heavens. His heart thundered like a cracking glacier as he peered over the brink into the star-strewn void, knowing what he was about to attempt was insanity. With a deep breath and a silent prayer to whatever gods watched over foolish penguins, he jumped. And oh, how he fell. But as he fell, the great upward winds caught him, and suddenly he was no longer falling, but flying, soaring past clouds and stars beyond the realm of earthly things. Past the moon he flew, past Mars with its red valleys, past Jupiter's stormy eye, until the very stars began to thin. When at last he reached the place where existence frayed like an old fishing net, Plop began to fear. His feathers had frozen into crystals and his breath came out in starlit puffs. Perhaps, he thought, Dad was right about proper penguin matters. But just then, as hope fled from his frozen heart, a light blazed forth, golden, warm and ancient. From it emerged a creature of pure flame. It was Ecol, the eternal phoenix. Its eyes held the wisdom of eons, and in them Plop saw reflections of every creature that had ever dared to dream beyond its nature. No words passed between them, yet understanding flowed like starlight. The phoenix's gaze spoke of courage and folly, of dreams and limits, of the beauty in being exactly what you are, even if what you are is a chubby penguin. With a gentle bow of its majestic head and a soft unfurling of its fiery wings, Ecol wrapped Plop in a warm cocoon of golden light, sending him spinning back toward Earth. He landed softly on his glacier, where his father waited with a fresh herring and knowing eyes. "Aye, look who's back from his cosmic adventure," his father said, wrapping a flipper around him. "You're still going to tell me that boulder over there is a tuna?" But before Plop could answer, a deep bass rumble shook the glacier. Hundreds of penguins emerged from behind ice formations, each wearing tiny glow sticks around their necks. A narwhal breached nearby, its spiral horn serving as a natural disco ball under the aurora's light. Emperor penguins with tiny DJ headphones dropped beats that would make a whale pod jealous. "Plop! Plop! Plop!" the colony chanted, sliding on their bellies in synchronization across the ice. His father, caught up in the moment, pulled out a pair of sunglasses from nowhere. "Aye, my boy went to space. That's how we do it in the southern frost. Ha ha ha! This rave is lit!" The party raged until dawn, with even Margaret, the grumpiest old penguin in the colony, doing the robot with surprising precision. And to this day, on the anniversary of Plop's return, the penguins of the Southern Frost host their legendary cosmic waddle rave. If you listen carefully on a quiet Arctic night, you might still hear the distant thump of bass, see the lights from the epic party, and catch a glimpse of a golden feather floating down from the stars, which Plop will still insist is definitely a flying sardine.